everyone, my name is Ariana. Today we're going to read a story called A Sick Day for Amos Mc Gee. Amos Mc Gee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock clanged, he swung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh pressed uniform. The wind would blow. He would watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful of my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacups." A spoonful for my oatmeal. Wait, I missed something. Belly full and ready for work day, he ambled out the door. Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. "Next stop, City Zoo," the bus driver would call. 6 a.m., right on time, he replied. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move. Run races with the tortoise, who never ever lost. Sit quietly with the penguin, who was very shy. He'll lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a running nose. And at sunset, he'd view stories with the owl, who was afraid of the dark. One day, Amos woke up with sniffles and sneezes, then chills. He swung his achy legs out of bed and curled them back again, and said, "Ugh, I don't think I'll be going to work today." Meanwhile, at the zoo, animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged the ponds and polished them. Arranged the ponds and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched and limbed up. The penguin sat patiently all by himself. The rhinoceros, who was worried that all his allergies were worsening. The owl perched on top of a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. "Where is Amos?" the animals wondered. Where is Amos? Later that day, "Hooray, my good friends are here." The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. "I'm too tired to run a race today," said Amos to the tortoise. "Let's play hide and seek instead." The tortoise hid inside his shell. Amos hid beneath the covers. Amos yawned. "I could use a nap." The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. Achoo! Amos woke up with a sneeze. The rhinoceros was ready with a handkerchief. "I'm beginning to feel much better, thank you," said Amos. To his friends, he swung his legs out of bed. Perhaps we shall share a pot of tea." Amos wounded his alarm clock. "It's getting late," he said. "After all, we have a good morning bus to catch." So Amos said good night to the elephant, and good night to the tortoise, good night to the penguin, and good night to the rhinoceros, and good night to the owl, who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read stories before turning out the lights. Look at the penguin. He's saying, "I want my balloon." Bye everyone. Hope you enjoyed.